Gentlemen, welcome back to the mess, which is my desk. And today is a mail day. Now, we only have one packet in front of us, but we also had this bad boy delivered this morning. Now, I've got a separate video which I've made on this one, so that'll be out in the next couple of days over here on Ubles. Really cool. By the way, if you don't know what it is, it's a mini Talon. Really looking forward to that one. So we'll get that one on a separate video later. Now, before we go any further, we did get an elastic band. Do keep these. So if you are in the United Kingdom and your mailman or mailwoman leaves you an extra little present, keep these because they're great. For example, the slow stick. So they're really, really cool. So let's get this one opened and see what we got inside. Definitely, brilliant. Brilliant. Let's get rid of the packet. We have some tiny little motors and we have some propellers. And the reason why we've got them is because somebody, mentioned in no names, Matt, cooked their H8 mini quad. So the plan is to take these motors. Now, I probably won't do much more with this one, although I might chuck it in a 3D printed base just for shits and giggles. But this one really did not cope with the extra weight of the FPV camera on the top. So you'll notice, and let me just take one of these out and open that one up. And by the way, as usual, I'll pop the link to all these things underneath this video for you. So we've got two different colours of wiring. We've got red and blue, and we've got white and black. No idea on which orientation they are. But what I do know is that if we look closely, these motors do have the 4 holes on the top, which does indicate that these are the more powerful motors. And if we put them side by side, they're nigh on twice the size of the H8 motors. Now, I probably won't be using the flight control board in here because I don't believe it'll be able to cope with the 8.5 motors. So we may, well, to be honest, I've already fried it. So we might stick this board in here just for, like I said, shits and giggles, just to see what happens. And I am going to print out a new quadcopter frame for those to go in. So that's a nice little fun project which you'll find out about and learn more about in a later video. And of course we need lots of propellers as well, because I do get through a lot of them on the mini quad. Now, by the way, this is the third one which I've owned. The first one is 60 foot up in a tree next to my office. The second one I gave it to my girls and they managed to lose it in the woods somewhere. Maybe it will turn up in the autumn when everything dies back, but it might not be very usable then. And this is my third one, which I hacked up. And I'll put a little linky in the top right-hand corner and also underneath this video as well, where you'll see me flying this one around really badly, by the way, with the FPV camera on it. And one of the major reasons why it didn't do so well is, number one, it was my pants quadcopter flying, let's be fair here. But the other one is that because of the extra weight of the camera on the top, is that it just had no thrust. Hence, this time around, I've learnt from my experience, and we are going to be going for the bigger motors, which are basically twice the size of the H8 motors. And we've got some bigger propellers, so more thrust, more power, can't go wrong, happy days. So I'm going to go off to Thingiverse in a second, go and find that frame which I was eyeing up. I need to calibrate the 3D printer and I'll go and get a frame made up today. There are some other parts which I need, which are some grommets to go round the motor to hold them in place. Oh, and obviously a flight control board and also a receiver as well, because the plan for the new mini quadcopter with FPV on it is to have to be able to use the Tyrannus handset. So I'll be able to, it's more control than the horrible little hand controller which you get with the H8. So maybe, just maybe, that may improve my flying. So some cool parts come out, which have come in today. If you've had something cool delivered with you lately, let me know in the comments section below. I do like quadcopters. You'll see me flying a lot of planes over on the YouTube channel, but I also like quads too, and we've got some woods literally next door to the house, so fantastic location. So I can't wait to get this one printed up and built, and I'll show you how crazy these little things are. Oh, and super cheap as well. These were like £3 or something like that, and the motors I think were about £7. So with that said, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this video. Remember, hit the subscribe button, and then when this one gets built, you will get notified via YouTube when that video comes out. So with that said, from myself, Matt, cheerios!